Hi, Dave Youngquist, and welcome to Last Cavalry TV. In this new episode, I'd like to do something a little bit different, which will set up the next video, which was going to come hot on the heels of this one, just a couple weeks. Now, what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you the entire range of the Eisernes Kreuz Iron Cross figures from Andrea Miniatures. I've painted a number of these in 1/16 scale, but what's really impressive is that the quality remains consistent all the way down to 1/72. So we'll get started here in a moment, but if you're ever in Frankenmuth, Michigan, which is about an hour north of me, go to Willie's Sausage and order their Landjager. It's unbelievable. Let's get started. So what we have here are the 1/16 scale boxes. Artwork is great, going to help you, when you're painting. Of course, there's many other references available, books, internet, what have you. I have done 4 of these figures so far. Well, you've seen this one before. This is the DAC Pioneer, 1/16 scale. I'll show you the 1/35th, 1/48th, and 1/72 versions of him shortly. This was really a fun piece to do. The folds, wrinkles, everything in the sculpt are, in my opinion, just as good as it gets. And from our last video, painting winter camo, you can see the this guy all completed. Again, in 1/16 scale. Again, I thought the sculpting was perfect. And now we'll show you the same figure in 1/35th. You'll see 1/72 there in the middle, and then a 1/48th. And what I think is really impressive about this line is that you can see that as you go down in scale, you're still retaining that casting quality. I found that the minimal cleanup. I do highly recommend test fitting every part first, of course. Here's a number of the figures with their associated boxes and all of the different scales. Again, so if you're like me, tend to like to paint bigger figures, you've got a great figure. If you are a 1/35th guy, doing some armor dioramas, you've got something for yourself. 1/48th, to go with all those wonderful Tamiya kits that are out there. And then 1/72 for guys maybe, wanting to do some wargaming or something. Again, these figures are perfectly sculpted and cast. Another one you've seen before, this is the Fallschirmjger. There's the box art. Did this one, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. Really, really outstanding figure. And this was the first figure in the line. When at this time, it was only 1/16th and 1/35th. Shortly thereafter, they added 1/48th and the 1/72. So you could see the 1/35th, the 1/48th, and the 1/72. 3D design obviously is allowing them to do this. And we'll give you some close-ups so you can really see the casting and the sculpting. So in 1/35th, you can see that the part count is slightly reduced from the 1/16 scale figure, but the casting is still really great. So, if you're, again, 1/35th guy, these figures are very, very good. Look at that face. Okay, now in 1/48th, we'll look at the same figure again. And you can see now it's not mixed media. This one is solid metal. Part count, again, reduced, but there was almost no cleanup. I mean, I think I took an X-Acto blade to it and a little piece of sandpaper, and I was ready to assemble literally within a minute or two. Now, why the mixed media? There are some parts that actually are better cast in metal, especially weapons, because as you guys know, working with resin, you can get any type of pole or weapon, you can get some serious warpage, which can be a real bear to correct. Now, in 1/72 scale, same figure once again, part count down to 2 pieces, but you really don't notice any difference. I mean, if you drop these under a microscope, you'd basically be looking at the same thing. Now, I've never painted anything that small. My old eyes just couldn't do it. But for you guys that like to work in this scale, again, highly recommended. Now, my next project is going to be the Fallschirmjger 1944. And what we're going to really feature is the painting of the splinter camo pattern. I'm looking forward to this kit. Again, superb casting, 1/16 scale, again my preferred scale. Now the only thing that's a little intimidating is painting the splinter pattern on film. I'm pretty comfortable painting it, but normally when I'm painting it's 2 inches from my face, and obviously when you're filming you're going to have to keep it a foot or more away so the camera can get in there. So we'll see how that all works out, and through the magic of editing I'm sure it'll turn out just fine. Again, wrinkles, folds, the equipment, everything is spot on. Yeah, it's just great detail. I always attach them to the base and then use my own cover over it. The paint set that I'm going to be using is also from Andrea. I have already used this set extensively, and these colors are great. But I do want to point out that with splinter pattern, you have some choices on your base color because different manufacturers, during the war produced different color splinter patterns. So you can give yourself quite a bit of flexibility again on the base color. And as always, the Andrea colors dry super flat. Here is a great reference book for all you painters, and hey, that's me, Splinter Camo. Here's a shot from the book. We'll see you again really soon. Last Cavalry TV.